Sir Adimurthy, Department of Automobile Engineering, BNDES Pachana Dr. E.G. Hartati College of Engineering and Technology, Jodhpur. Today I am going to explain you the experimental procedure and the calculations necessary to conduct the performance test on the single cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine, and the engine is specifically Bajaj Caliber 4-stroke engine is used on the setup. Now the various observations required for starting the experiments are listed here. Number one is the orifice diameter, it is 14 millimeters. Coefficient of discharge for the orifice is 0.64. Ambient temperature is to be noted down in degrees Celsius each time we do the experiment. And fuel density for petrol is 0.72 grams per cc. And calorific value of the fuel, that is for petrol it is 41,500 kilojoules per kg. And gearbox efficiency is 0.9 and generator efficiency is 0.9. And here we are going to do the load test or the performance test, and we are going to calculate the various performance parameters like the brake power using the equation P by efficiency of the generator into efficiency of the gearbox. So we have provided the values for the generator efficiency and the gearbox efficiency, and the P is nothing but the load, and we are calculating in terms of kilowatts. And second is the fuel consumption, and the mass of the fuel consumed is calculated by knowing the time taken for 50 cc fuel consumption multiplied by the ratio of the density of the fuel divided by 1000, so that we can get the fuel consumption rate in kg per second. Similarly, we are calculating the volumetric flow rate of the air by using this equation, the basic equation, coefficient of discharge into pi d naught square by 4 under root 2g h equivalent. So we are getting the volume flow rate in meter cube per second, and h equivalent is the ratio of the density of water by density of air. We are using the YouTube manometer with water column, so we need to calculate h equivalent, and h is nothing but the water column height divided by 1000. We are getting the head in terms of meters of water column. And we are also calculating the air density, and the air density changes with the temperature, and with reference to that we are using this equation P atmosphere divided by RT atmosphere. By substituting the values, you can get the density of the air at a given room temperature or at the ambient temperatures. The ambient temperature may change depending upon the season from 25 degrees to 40 or even 45 degrees Celsius. So density of air will be calculated at the time of the experiment based on the ambient temperature. And we can calculate the mass flow rate of the air by using this volume flow rate, and the density we can calculate the mass flow rate. We can calculate the brake specific fuel consumption if you know the total fuel consumption and the brake power. It will be in kg per kilowatt hour. Similarly, we can calculate the thermal efficiency by using the values of brake power and mass of the fuel consumed and the calorific value of the fuel in terms of percentage. And we can calculate the air fuel ratio by knowing the mass of the air consumption and mass of the fuel consumed per unit time. We can get the air fuel consumption. We can calculate the brake mean effective pressure by using the values of brake power and the given dimensions of the engine, that is the bore, stroke, etc. in terms of kilopascals. And the diameter is 53 millimeters, and stroke length is 50.6 millimeters. It can be converted if necessary in meters also. So here it is in millimeters. And the volumetric efficiency of the engine is calculated by using this equation. The volumetric, the VA into 100 divided by pi 2 square by 4 into L into N by 2 into 60. Now, while doing the experiment on this engine, we need to conduct the experiment at various loads, initially at no load condition, and later at 25%, 50%, 75% and 100% of the loads. Here the load is nothing but the engine is linked or it is coupled with a generator eddy current generator or the dynamometer, and the load is nothing but by switching on a heater coil, we are loading the engine. Means it is electrical resistance type loading or heater type loading. So we have 4 coils in the setup, and initially no coil is switched on. The experiment is conducted at the rated speed, and we are noting down the load on the engine in terms of voltage, current, and we are calculating the power, which is nothing but the product of heat coil. And each time we are noting down the time taken for 50 cc fuel consumption in seconds. And to know the flow rate of air, we are using the manometer, and we are noting down the watt column height at the left limb and the right limb of the manometer, and the difference is taken for calculating the air flow rate. Similarly, water flow rate is being adjusted as per the specifications given in the manual, and it will be noted down. For each experiment, we need to note down the various temperatures T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, where T1 is nothing but water inlet temperature to the calorimeter in degrees Celsius, water outlet temperature to the calorimeter T2 in degrees Celsius, T3 is the exhaust gas outlet temperature from the engine in degrees Celsius, T4 is the exhaust gas inlet temperature to the calorimeter in degrees Celsius, T5 is the exhaust gas outlet temperature from calorimeter, and T6 is the ambient room temperature. These temperature values are necessary to be noted because for drawing the heat balance sheet for this particular engine, we need all heat expenditure parameter, heat to the cooling system, heat to the exhaust gases, and heat to the actual power, and also the unaccounted heat losses. All these 4 parameters needs to be calculated, and for that purpose, in each experiment we need to note down all these temperatures. So initially, all these values are taken without loading the engine, means without switching on any heater coil. Later, one heater coil is switched on, we are noting down all these values. Second, 2 coils are switched on, next 3 coils are switched on, next 4 coils are switched on. So, for various loads on the engine, we are going to note down all these readings, and with these readings, we are going to calculate all these efficiency parameters discussed. So thus, by doing this or using this procedure of experimentation, it is possible to calculate all the performance parameters of the engine, and also in addition to these parameters shown here, we can calculate the heat balance sheet parameters like the heat converted into useful power, heat lost to the cooling system, heat lost to the exhaust gases, and also the unaccounted heat losses, by which we can know the actual heat distribution in an engine. So this is one of the important experiments one should understand to know how the efficiency of the engine varies with different load parameters and the operating conditions.